Da-da-da. Here I come to wreck the day. Hey, you please see me. Who ate all the pies? Who ate all the pies? Only joking. It's the pot noodles they ate. Every single one of them were brought round. You're going to have to get that cooker fixed, I tell you. Anyway, sorry it's been a while since my last vlog. I do keep on starting with that, don't I? Because I do get quite busy and there's a few things going on in here. And but what it was, I needed a bit more light in here. And I've just done too good a job. I've just insulated everything and it's quite cold in here. So I've actually thought, you know what? I've got some big pieces of toughened glass out of a skip. So I thought, right, I'm going to build myself some skylights. It took me a while to do one. I forgot how good I built this. It's just, there's layers of wood, wool, metal, as well as the kingspan that I put in. Now, if you remember from my last vlog, when I did that really rusty eye, here's the head that's hopefully going to go on for the rusty droid. I haven't got around to doing that yet. It's all primed up and ready for action. And I thought, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to practice a few of my rust techniques. And what I did was, I decided to practice them on a radio controlled car. And if you're like me and grown up in the 80s, you'll know what this is. This is one of Tammier's lunchboxes. Drop test. Yeah, and because I thought I am a big fan of Stranger Things, so I decided to do a Stranger Things one, but do it in the upside down world. I'll give you a quick explanation. I know I did all the rust effects, which I'm going to use on that head, because I'm just going to build this droid so rusty. It's ridiculous, and he might end up living outside. But then again, no, I'll wait till I feel guilty at night time and bring him in. So basically, on this, oh, and I've got a little Lucas figure. Thought I'd go, and I stuck him in. Would you like a little trip around the back garden? So what I did was, I managed to find a sticker kit which does the Stranger Things van, which is the one that 11 just chucked over her head. Amazing, amazing. Yeah, so I thought, I'm not going to do it clean. Here we go again. So I sprayed it white, put the stickers on, and then glossed it all so the stickers are nice and stuck on, because it will be scraped upside down around the parks and around the BMX tracks. So, and then after I'd done that, I took a little bit of white and I actually sponged it on some of the stickers to make it look like they were coming off. And then on the flip side of that, I sponged a lot of very, very dark brown around all the edges and just took me time and tried to just sort of make it look like beaten up, oh, the upside down world. And then after that, I decided to do a few oil paints. Now on the oil paints, because it's nice and gloss, it was easy to work with. And what I find with oil paints, I use green, you put a nice bit of a blob on, use a square brush to scrape it down, and when you scrape it down and you actually think, yeah, I actually like that, you have to shout, "Have it!" And then it inspires you for the next one, and it inspires you to keep going. You know, so you know, "Have it!" And it might take you a little while to sort of get something where you think, that's alright. Then you get a good one, "Have it!" It just makes modelling a little bit more fun. And then after I'd done that, I haven't actually bothered to mat it down. What I did was I put some rusty brown in my airbrush, and I airbrushed all over the dark sponging that I'd done. And then, because I diluted the colour with water, it was quite weak, so I managed to just scrape a bit of it off with some very light sanding, and it just sort of, and I sanded it in certain directions, especially where I put the runs. I sanded it just very lightly down back with just a Brillo pad, and it just puts clean spots where it would happen, knocked off the edges, and I think it just makes it look a bit more au naturel. So yeah, thoroughly enjoyed that. Very good practice. Drop test. Now I know where all D's beer's gone. He's empty again. It's actually doing my head in. Yep. Sorry, what's your name again? Jeff. You should. Okay. Jeff's still here. Dee's run out of beer. These pair keep ignoring me. And they call this entertainment. Sorry. Just having a bit of a whinge there. So now I've got all this sorted. I'm ready for start getting on the rusty droid that I'm building, which is more than likely going to live outside. So I'm just going to build him very, very rusty. So yeah, good practice. And I'm sorry if you're not into radio control cars, but you know, as always, if you are, or you enjoy what you see, give us a. If you don't like what you see, give us a. You know, it's like how the Family Fortunes, isn't it? You can imagine that, can't you? You know, we asked 100 people, who is the most annoying person on YouTube at the moment? You say Richard Walton. Our survey says. And as always, as I've told you before, sharing is caring. Yeah, so I'm just going rogue again. Oh, speaking of going rogue, my channel's name, I had two ideas. Rogue 2, because I love Rogue One films, so I thought, obviously I can't call it Rogue One, so I was thinking about calling it Rogue 2, and then I come up with the idea, oh, Rogue One, spelled with a W, because spelling's never been my strong point, but when it comes to like reading and writing, I'm thicker than a whale omelette. And speaking of spelling, one of my early Star Wars memories, I was actually lucky enough to actually go watch it at the cinemas. Yeah, I'm afraid I'm the wrong side of 50. That's not lucky, is it? But yeah, my mum took me to see Star Wars when I was 7. And obviously I was blown away. Watching the storm, watching that ship come over at first, it was just... But back then, going to the cinemas, you know what I mean, you were queuing for ages and it was exciting and there was big cardboard stormtroopers and you just... Oh, this is just ace. And then the film was just, as we all know, it was just groundbreaking. It was just, you know, it just ticked all the boxes. And as a 7-year-old kid, I was like, whoa. And then when you go back to school, you have to, you know, tell them what you've done over the weekend. And obviously that was the first thing that come up. And then throughout the day, I suppose as a part of a learning mission, you used to have a little spell book. And I remember going up to the teacher and asking her if she could spell C3PO. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure she perhaps, thinking back, I wonder if she thought, oh, he's been watching Star Wars, hasn't he? Or did she think, I'm wasting my time, aren't I? How would you spell C3PO? If he runs around and joins the queue again and comes here and asks how to spell R2D2, well, it was the 70s. So, yeah, so I just thought I'd share that little memory. It just keeps on coming up in my head every time I see C3PO, you know, how do you spell it? So yeah, stay tuned for the rusty droid. His body's over there, which I think I'm going to do a cream colour, and I am just going to rust it up. In fact, somebody put a message on one of my blogs about some techniques like covering some of the stuff with a rubber glove and melting it on, and that gives you all a crinkled effect. And so some of the leg bits, I might actually have experiment with that. So yeah, so stay tuned. So I think I'm just going to enjoy the rest of the sunshine and play with the lunchbox. As always, guys, you know what's coming, don't you? Be nice to each other. Ta-ra.